Yeah.
So yours was probably more expensive.
Yeah.
I know there are more.
Yeah. There are more schools now.
Yes.
So probably that could have brought the price down. But it is anywhere from 200,000 upwards.
Yeah.
The highest I have had is about 800,000 for 3 months. So it's expensive.
Yes. Welcome to the Bold Path podcast, where we lean into inspiring stories of entrepreneurs. I am your host, Lucy Wanjiko-Jenga. Today, we are joined by an amazing person as we start on season 3, and I'm so excited to have you here with us. I have seen your questions on the different social media platforms, and I'm hoping in this season that we get to interact more with experts who are also business people, who are also entrepreneurs, so that they can walk us through their journey, but at the same time, make sure that we are responding to those questions you asked. One question that I kept seeing over and over in season 1, in season 2, is I have money, but what do I do with it? What business do I get into? How do you identify a business? And we needed to answer that question. And that's why today we are joined by Alice. Alice, thank you so much for coming. You can start us off by introducing yourself. Who are you? And all the amazing things that you do.
Thank you, Lucy. And thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. And I love what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Inspiring young people to get into business.
Yes.
My name is Alice Ngigi. I am a business coach. I'm a sales trainer. I'm a leadership coach as well. I didn't start as a coach.
Yes.
That is not where I started.
Yeah.
I trained in pharmacy and I worked in the hospitals for quite a while. But I didn't think that was my thing. Being locked in the whole day, 8 to 5, wasn't my thing.
How long did you do this for?
About 6 years.
Okay.
And then I moved into the marketing part of pharmacy. So I worked in the pharma industry, selling medicine. And immediately I got in there, I was just sold out. I was excited. Why? Because it resonated with who I am. I'm someone who loves being outdoor and I love meeting new people, something that I couldn't achieve when I was working in the hospital setup. And so I thrived in the sales profession. That led me to doing marketing. So I studied sales and marketing from the Chartered Institute of Marketing. It's a UK college. Okay. So I did that. And I did sales and marketing in the pharmaceutical industry for 20 years.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. And I loved it.
Yeah.
I kept asking myself, what is this? Because I met my friends who kept wondering, how can you leave pharmacy? Because everybody believes pharmacy is a very lucrative career. You should have your pharmacy. But that wasn't my thing. So that led me to study psychology just to understand myself. Okay. And I'm very happy that I did that. Okay. Because then I stopped feeling guilty that I went to do something that was different from what people expected me to do. Because my personality is more outgoing. I'm more of an extrovert than an introvert. Yeah. And I then understood why. Yeah. I wasn't quite fulfilled in that being locked in a place from morning to evening. And that helped me see the things that a lot of people struggle with. As I kept working, there are many things that I learned. Because you meet new people, you meet different people every day. And remember, our clients were doctors, people who are up there. And I kept asking myself, what is this that makes someone study medicine for 6, 7 years and they don't want to practice medicine? Because they're there. And of course, now I could understand, having also come from pharmacy and going into sales and marketing, it helped me realize that it's just the way someone is. Yes. So long story short, in 2013, I wanted to leave work. I had just changed employers, but I knew I didn't want to be employed for a long time. So I started looking for something to do.
Okay.
And I thought, I want to do something that doesn't take so much of my time, but at the same time, help me so that I am able to leave, to exit work when I have something already ongoing.
Yeah.
And guess where I went? I got into the salon business.
Interesting.
Yes, I know you didn't know that. Yeah, so I got a salon in CBD, a very prime location, very beautiful salon. I did it very well. That was 2015. That's when we opened our doors. Actually, August, like now, 2015. So that's 10 years back. Not 10. Yeah, 10 actually, because that was 2015.
Because my daughter is turning 10.
Yes.
She was born
2015. Yeah. So we started and it went very well. And I thought, wow, it's going to be just a short while, I'll be fine. But then 2016, things changed.
Okay.
And we noticed that our clients were not coming as usual. And whenever we called them, they'll tell you, you know what, I cut my hair. Oh, I put locks. That's when locks had started coming. Yeah. We weren't quite sure what was happening, but it was quite across the board. So what was really happening that I couldn't understand then was that the natural hair movement had hit us. That is when it was starting.
So what services were you offering in this salon?
We were offering everything. We were doing palm. Remember that time that a lot of women were on palm.
Yeah.
So with a palm, you're in the salon at least every week.
Yeah.
And towards now the end of 2016, that changed. It changed. We saw a lot of women going to locks. So that is when the hair movement came, not even sister locks, the normal locks. That was what was trending then. And it became a bit of a challenge for us. Then 2016, of course, business was a bit low. 2017 was an election year. It didn't make matters better. Actually, when I see the demos, I say, wow, I don't want to be in town. Because it was very difficult. With the demonstrations, you're in the middle of town. You have to close your business. People don't want to take a risk to come to town. And that also affected us again. And the business, coupled that with the fact that people have cut their hair, we were not prepared for that. I am getting some people who can do locks. And of course, they are not doing it consistently. In fact, I remember getting a young man and he was very good at what he was doing. But then he told me, I'm just here for a short while. I'm waiting for the place where I want to go and start my own to be ready.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. So, but he was very busy. He was very busy. Unfortunately, I couldn't get many people to do that. So it became very frustrating for us. We wouldn't raise enough rent for the salon. So that meant I had to go back to my pocket. I was paying for the loan for buying the salon. And it was quite stressful.
That is interesting. You took a loan to
buy and to buy. Yes, I took a loan to buy and to just refurbish it.
Okay.
Of course, because I was still working.
Okay.
Remember, I was still working. So I knew I would be able to be repaying the loan as the salon picks up and takes care of itself. And it would have, because 2015, the sales were very good. If we had projected that, if it went on like that, it would have cost me maybe only 2 years and I would have been done. But that didn't happen. And that obviously affected me. It affected my savings. It affected my plan of leaving work. Because remember, this was supposed to be my exit plan.
Yes.
And now I can see it just collapsing in front of me. It was very depressing. In fact, I almost went into a depression. But I didn't go into a depression, thankfully. So I looked for some help.
Before you look for help, you have done work for 20 years now.
Yes.
At this point, it's 20 years.
Yes.
Have you also done the counseling for psychology?
No, I did. I actually did my BA in psychology, but I didn't want to do counseling.
Oh, so you had already done it at this time?
Yes, at this time I have done that. I have done my master's in leadership. I'm just looking for an exit plan. So 2017, I felt I can't continue like this anymore. The business is really hardly paying itself. So I looked for help. And the help I got was a coach. At least I was aware of coaching because as I worked in the pharma industry, I worked with multinationals. And for them, coaching is big time.
Yes.
So that is
It's
how I had
normal.
got. It's very normal. It's actually almost there every day.
If you don't have a coach, you look like you're not serious.
You look like you're not serious. It's true. So I looked for a coach. I didn't know a coach locally at that time. So I went online and I was able to get a lady. Her name is Christine. And I went through a course of about 7 weeks.
Okay.
And we did the coaching. She's the one who actually helped me look within myself. And she asked me a lot of questions. Why were you starting this business? And I'm coming to that because of what you started with. That you have a lot of young people who tell you I have money, but I don't know what to do. Yeah, so I don't want them to make that mistake that I made. I'm just looking for something because I need to have something, to start something.
I've been told having a side hustle is important.
Yes,
after you don't know how much money you want.
Exactly.
Or what exactly is your passion.
Exactly.
So you do this, you do that, and then you say business doesn't work.
Exactly. So as I get to talk to the coach, one of the things that came out is that I love helping people. I love motivating people. Actually, it's something that I have done all my life. And I think even when I was starting the salon, I wanted to empower the ladies in the salon, the workers. So the coach was able to pick that very quickly. And she told me, yeah, I think that I hear you, but I think that was not a very good reason for you to start a business.
And you know what this reminds me of? Yeah. When I started out in business, I started with a restaurant to employ young mothers.
Exactly. Good idea.
It died in 8 months.
Exactly.
Because it doesn't bring money.
Exactly. Not a very good reason to start a business. So when I understood that, and the fact that I had done psychology also helped me because I could now connect the two. I could see myself, the reason why I even went to do psychology, the reason why I did marketing. But it wasn't really good reason for me to start a business.
Yeah.
But she said, what else can you do that you will be able to utilizing who you are? And it is something that can actually bring money to you. Because obviously, if you're going into business, it has to make sense. It has to make economic sense. So I made up my mind to close the salon. So I ran it from 2015, 2016, 2017, and actually 2018. But at the end of 2018, I was done completely. I couldn't actually even go to visit the salon. I would take like a week or more because one, it wasn't even bringing money. So how am I even going to the
If anything, it was like a hole in your finances.
It had actually distorted my plan. And it was not, I wasn't at a very good point. Financially. So 2018, I closed the salon. And then fortunately, I came across someone who recommended a coach training school. And that is how I got to enroll for coach training.
Okay.
Because I know nowadays you hear a lot of people saying they're coaches, but I can assure you if they're not really qualified, they may not really help the person the way a qualified coach would. Because it's a course, it's an intense program that you run. So that is what I did in 2019. And because I had already tasted coaching in 2017 at a personal level, I knew it is something that would be transformational for people.
Yes.
So I trained, the whole of 2019, I trained to be a coach.
Okay.
I trained with an American company. The trainer is actually here based in Nairobi. And it took a whole year from January to December. So by that time, I was ready to actually leave work. Remember, my plan of starting the salon was to exit from employment.
Yeah.
But because of the disruption that I got, I couldn't exit immediately. So 2019, I knew now 2020, I have already gotten certified as a coach. Now I can start.
You did business coaching?
No,
or
coaching is coaching. But for us, we had a free certification, life. So I help young people to understand their life purpose. Growth is needed for anyone. Whether you're working, whether you're employed, whether you're in business. Because if you're not growing, then it means even your business is not going to grow.
True.
Unfortunately, here I have seen people resist. It's like they really don't see the value. But the truth of the matter is you can never take people where you haven't been.
Yes.
So it is important for you to grow. So that is a growth one. And then, of course, leadership. My master's is in leadership. So that is the area that I have my strength in leadership.
Yes.
So when it comes to business, what I do is to connect my psychology, my coaching, and of course sales.
Yes.
Because I'm also a sales and marketing professional. Now, what would help a young person? You have money, you want to start a business.
Yes.
When they come to me, one of the things I tell them is you have to understand who you are. You either have a skill in an area that you feel you can now do business in, or you have a passion. There are people who just have a passion and they start.
Yes.
Do you have what it takes? And when I talk about what it takes, it's not really the money. Do you have, what is your why? I think that is very, very important because those are the questions my coach asked me. What was your reason for starting this business? Because if your reason is not strong enough, trust me, that business will not run for long. You hit a place like I did, and it starts becoming almost like a burden to you.
Yes.
And a business should not be a burden. One of the things I tell people is that for you to succeed, you honestly have what it takes. Success is within us. It's not all of us. Yes, and every one of us is designed for success. Actually, that is the title of my second book. You're designed for success. So ask yourself, yes, I want to get into this business. Do I have what it takes to run this business? In terms of skills, in fact, I usually say you can learn skills. Anybody can learn them.
Yes.
But what is that reason that is making you go into this particular business as opposed to this other business? And one of the challenges that I have seen, especially in our country, we are very good in copying. Lucy is successful. She's doing a podcast. So I also start my podcast. But why am I starting? Why did she start her podcast? Do I know her reason? Do I know her why? Do I know whether she's qualified in that area or not? So you don't start a business because other people are there. You don't start a business because it is what is paying. Because trust me, it takes a lot more to run a business than just starting.
Yes.
It will come a time when that money is not coming and you may feel, do I really need to be here? Don't be like me. That's why I say don't start a business like me. Just a side hustle. For me to have a side hustle as I prepare myself to leave. Although it's okay, but it's not ideal.
It's not a reason enough.
It's not really
It's not a why that is enough.
Yeah, it's not a strong why. And I tell people, when you're asking yourself the why, ask yourself 7 whys.
7 whys.
Why am I getting here? Why is it important for me? Why is this? When you get that reason, ask, why is this still important to me? The first 3 or 4 are usually easy. But when you're asking yourself, by the time you're getting to the 7th, you will have hesitated a little. Why? Because it's not obvious. You need to go deep. So the 7th why is this business really important for me? By the time you're asking the 7th why, it's coming from deep within you. Okay. And if you're able to get that, trust me, you'll be unstoppable.
So let's say today I decide I want to start what have we had our guests mentioning here? The one episode that we posted today, the young woman started a peanut butter business. They call it Nutri business. So it's making sure that healthy people can become even healthier by what they're consuming. So if this is the business I want to start, walk me through how I structure my whys. Where do I start? I start with why am I starting this business? I'm probably starting because I want to earn money. I'm in poverty and I want to get out of poverty.
Why is making money to me important? That's a question you need to ask yourself.
To be able to pay my bills?
after you have paid your bill. So what? Why is paying your bills, being able to pay your bills important?
So that I'm not poor.
Why is not being poor important? You get every time you answer yourself a question, you need to ask why. Why is that
at
important
least seven,
to you?
to the seventh.
To the seventh one. You notice the first, the second, the third, they were easy.
Yes.
But when you go, and I tell people, take time. Don't rush it.
Okay.
You may not get your why today. Take time. The important thing is that you're asking yourself that question. You're asking yourself that question over and over again. Sometimes you may not be able to ask yourself that question, and that is where you get help.
Okay.
That is where a coach comes. Okay. Because I am not going to let you pass. You may not answer me, but I will keep pushing. You told me you don't want poverty. Why is that important to you? I may tell you, just go think about it. When we meet tomorrow, let's see. Let's see what you have. So you'll have it at the back of your mind. It will bother you.
Yes.
And that's where I tell people, seek somebody else. Let someone else ask you those questions. Because sometimes we know that we should be asking ourselves those questions, but we don't ask them. Or we ask and then we think, am I even asking myself those questions? You think you're okay. But when you get someone to ask you the questions, you're likely to go deeper and you're likely to get to the real why when someone else is asking you the questions.
So now when I find my why, which is the seventh why, from it, not at a why, when you say why I'm doing this business is because I want to get out of poverty, ask yourself why you want to get out of poverty. Yeah. After you answer that, then ask yourself why for the answer. So until the seventh.
Yes, until you'll actually get to a point. It won't come easy. It will take time for you to give yourself time.
So after I have my why,
don't be frustrated if you find yourself taking a day or more before you actually get the answer, because it's not cast on stone. There's someone who may get it very fast, but for you it may not come that fast. Don't rush yourself. Allow yourself time to actually think. The reason why I say that, and I got that when I did my coaching, is that the way we've been socialized, especially this part, we are not socialized to ask ourselves questions.
Yes, or ask anyone questions.
Or ask questions.
Yeah.
In fact, now, and this is the reason why you're seeing the Gen Zs and the older generation having a problem.
Yes. Why are they asking questions?
Why are they asking
questions?
We are not supposed to be asking questions. Children shouldn't be asking us questions. That is the problem, because we were never socialized that way. So it becomes very difficult for someone to ask themselves questions. Yet, we are supposed to be reflecting. Yeah. We are supposed to be taking time and asking ourselves those questions. If I had really asked myself questions before I started the salon, I shouldn't have gone there. Number one, I don't even know how to make hair. I have so much interest in like now coming to take an hour to do my makeup. Really? That's really not me. You get it.
You'd rather be doing something else.
I'd rather be doing something else.
Yeah.
So if I had asked myself those questions, I would have known this is not my thing.
Yeah.
Much as I'm looking at money, I would have probably stopped at this one of money. And then I asked myself, is there another way I can make money? If money is the only reason that I am starting my business, can I make money in any other way? You get it? Yeah, so when you get into the habit of asking yourself the hard questions, because those are the hard questions, and I like one of the coaches that I met, and he told us that the quality of your life is directly proportional to the quality of questions you ask yourself.
Please say that again.
The quality of your life is directly proportional to the quality of questions you ask yourself or have another person ask you. So
it's not the answers you have.
No, it is the questions you ask. Actually, it's the quality of your life is determined by the quality of questions you ask yourself.
What?
Yes. Yeah. So that for me was like, wow, what is that? So, and the good thing about coaching is that a coach asks you questions. In fact, I tell people, if you get to a person and they tell you they're a coach and they're giving you solutions, they are not likely to be coaches. Because I shouldn't give you a solution. I should ask you questions, because the idea is to bring out what is in you. Remember, we started by saying that everyone is successful.
Yes.
Success is hidden within.
Yes.
The only way you bring it out is by asking those questions, those tough questions. And that's why I tell young people, young mothers now, allow your children to ask questions. As we were not allowed to ask questions, they actually killed our curiosity. And we learn through being curious, by asking questions, wanting to know, wanting to understand how, why is that different? Why is this way? That is how people learn. So even as you get to ask yourself questions about your business, please, if you can't ask yourself, ask someone else. Tell someone, this is what I want to do. And if they are good, they will probably ask you the right questions. They will want to know, why are you starting that business? Why is that business important to you?
In this day and age of AI, can AI also substitute for someone asking you questions?
Yes, I am not an expert in AI, but I know if you ask AI the right questions, they're likely to give you good responses. The question is, are you feeding AI with the right questions?
Are you prompting it the right way?
Yes, are you giving AI the right prompts? Because if you're not, then you're not likely to get much. But yes, AI is here and we cannot run away from it. AI is here. But I guess there is also the human part.
Yes,
that's where coaching comes in, because the AI may not really have that emotional touch.
Yes.
When I am speaking to you, there is something I will pick from you. And that's, as a coach, you're able to tell. If I ask you a question and you hesitate, I should be able to ask, to go deeper. What is this that made this person hesitate?
Is this a pain point?
Is this a pain point, or what exactly is it? So that helps.
Okay.
And that's why I tell people it's good to talk to a coach or maybe someone who has walked that journey, like a mentor.
Yes.
And then, because they would be able to tell you, they have walked a journey. I have been in sales for more than 20 years.
Yes.
I have seen it all.
Yes.
I have tried many businesses. In fact, I just talked about one. I don't want to talk about very many, but I remember, a friend of mine told me we can go to those many years back in the 90s. We didn't have like the easily that we have today, where you can go and buy anything that you want. Importing clothes or importing things was just starting. So people used to get things from either TZ or UG, things like materials. You know, the way today you can go to textile center and pick whatever you want. They were not there. So she told me, we can go to Namanga and we can get materials. And I thought, oh, really? And we can do some business. And so we went to Namanga and we bought materials. My friend, there are some I've never been paid to visit.
Yes, you're actually forcing people to take.
Yes, you don't even know, you don't even understand. But because someone has told you, you go. And unfortunately, it happens a lot. I feel sad when I see someone saying what you're saying. What business can I start? And you're asking people.
And people give you ideas according to what they know.
Where they are. They don't know you.
I see those comments and, you don't want to water down people's ideas. That's the thing. Mine as a host here is to make sure that I bring people who can give this young person who's figuring themselves out a response to the question they have. And that's exactly what I did. So the why, we have said, is very important. Now, after I have my why, what is the next step?
After you have your why, of course, you need to do research. What is this business that you're getting into? Do you understand the business? Do you understand the market? Because as a marketing professional, you have to ask yourself, who is going to be the consumer? If it's my product, if it's a product or my service, who is going to be my consumer? Who is my audience? Who is my customer? And where are they? Because you can't just start without understanding where is my business going to come from.
I think that's where we lose young people. The moment we tell them to do market research, I don't understand if it feels like it's a hard thing, or if it's something that is foreign, maybe we can break down what market research looks like, because I think every guest we've had so far has talked of doing research, doing your market research.
Yes.
Can you break down a bit further what market research looks like?
I think we are in a very good age. There's a lot of information. Accessing information today is not hard. It's not the way it was when we were starting. Even that time when I was going to look for materials, really, you just needed to talk to your friend. You don't even know what is trading. But today information is there. Just find out. For example, the lady who went into peanut business.
Yes.
There's so much you can look out for. Why is peanut important? Why do I want even to get into the peanut business in the first place? So for her, it is trying to find out what is the role of peanut? Why would people go for peanut? Is it important? And that information is there. It's available. Today it's available. What are people saying about peanut? Peanut, whether it's peanut butter, whether it's the peanut oil, whatever it is, that information is actually accessible today.
Yes, yeah.
And then you also be able to find out, are people looking for this peanut? And you can even do a survey, very easy survey, and just let people tell you what they think about.
Even a poll on social media.
Imagine a poll on social media. That's what I'm saying today. We are in an era that is actually very good. The information age is with us. There's a lot of information available, and there are a lot of tools that can help you to do that research. You can use the Google form, you can use the tools that you have talked about, the poll. There's a lot that you can do. And the fact that we have groups of people will help you. I'll tell you, the other day I was changing the cover of my book, and all I needed to do was to have a few samples and give people to tell me what they think about it. It's a very small sample, but it is an indication. It will help you. And it is okay to get a sample from the people that are around you. What do they think about this business that I am going to? Let them tell you honestly. Sometimes if you think you don't have people who can tell you honestly, then maybe you need to change the people that you're hanging out with.
The environment.
Because people, they should be able to be honest with you and tell you, hey, you want to get into this kind of business? Why are you getting into that kind of business? Have you thought about this? Have you thought about this? Who else is doing what you're doing? That's also very important. Because one of the things that a friend of ours told us when we were in a class, and she said, sometimes when you see a product and there are a lot of people asking for that product, it's an indication that there could be a good market for it. Sometimes if it is not there, if there are not many customers or people asking about it, is it that people don't know about it completely? There is need, but people don't know, so there is a gap. Or it could mean that it can't work completely. It could also mean that there is this I don't know what you call it, ask the public. It should tell you what are people asking for. When you go to Google, don't just go to Google. What are people searching? You can enter your question and see how many responses will you get, because that also gives you an indication of whether there is an interest in that area that you want to get into.
So if you were to Google peanut butter business, and you see there are only 10 responses,
you ask yourself,
probably people are not interested in this at all.
Exactly. You may think, maybe nobody else has tried. It could mean maybe it's a very new market. Maybe it's a very new and novel product that you can come into and tap into. But don't ignore the numbers, because we say numbers don't lie. That's why it's important to go and do a search. Just search and see how many people are interested in this kind of thing that I'm talking about. If you find that there's a lot of people, it could mean that this is a very interesting area. Then from there, what next? What are people having? How many other products like this are there? Because you don't want also to just come with another Me Too product. Because I think that's what we do many times. Me Too, you haven't really differentiated yourself. Yes, I'm coming into the peanut butter market, but what product am I coming in?
Exactly.
Yes.
For this lady, she wanted to make sure that her target, or she has a customer, a client in mind. Her client in mind is a person who does runs, who is very healthy conscious. So everything they take, they're looking at the label, they're reading what is in the label. So she didn't want to create something that has additives, first of all. And she wanted also to focus on, was it blood pressure or something? So she's using peanut butter with sesame seeds. Was it sesame or sunflower seeds and chia seeds? So already that is new. Like,
it's a
you
new
don't
product,
go to peanut butter with chia seeds. I've not seen that. I was telling her, this is the first time I'm hearing this. So at least that is already something that sets you apart.
That's new, exactly. It sets you apart. You're differentiating yourself. I can make peanut butter for every household to use in the morning.
Yes.
But maybe she felt that's already crowded. I want to go to the people who are health conscious.
Yes.
They are maybe working out. You see how you define your market.
Yes,
It's called that defining your market.
Yes.
You're getting to a niche market. So yes, the product may not be new, but you can just tweak it a little bit so that it is targeting that particular person you have. And I like that you said she has the customer in mind.
Yes.
You need to have that customer in mind. You need to even define her or him. Who are they? Where are they? Where can I find them? So, and that will inform even the way you market your product. Today, if you have a product that is targeting the young people, and you're probably my age, who only deal with Facebook, you definitely not get them. True or not?
Because they are
on
TikTok.
They are not on Facebook. Yeah. Unfortunately, a lot of us are still stuck on our old ways. We are refusing to move. They are not going to be there. So if I'm targeting the young people whatsoever, I need to know where they are. I need to know where to get them and how to get them. So it is important to have that ideal customer. Who is my ideal customer at the back of your mind? That will inform a lot of decisions that you make.
There's a class I went to that we were taught, and you can use actually, there's an AI tool. Don't know if it's called persona.
Yes, you can create a persona.
That can create a persona. So you give them the product or service that you want. So they give you an age. Where does this person live? How do they look like? What are their hobbies? What do they do from morning to evening? If you were to sell them this product, where would you get them?
Exactly.
I found it to be quite interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. That's the way you do it. That's how you define your market. Because then it will inform you the kind of marketing mixes that you have, that you will have to utilize. How do I access my market? That's another thing. If you have a physical product, for me, I sell a service. It's not physical.
Yes. Yeah.
But if you have a product that is a product, am I going to have a physical store? Am I going to sell it online? How am I going to access my people? How will I deliver to them? Those are decisions that you have to ask yourself even before you start. Yeah, so that it gives you a wider picture of how your business is going to look like. And it is okay. I tell people, don't fear the competition. In fact, if you're getting into a market that has no one, it may be very tricky. But when you're getting into a market that has already been served, the question you ask yourself, how well are these people being served by what is already in the market? Sometimes we don't need to really invent something completely new. You just need to come in and do a bit of improvement on what is already in the market. Maybe the size that they wanted is not what is available. Can you come with another size? Can you come with a way of delivering it? So there are many things. It doesn't mean that because there are products already in the market, that it's not a market that you can enter.
Yeah.
Yes. But also as a new person, when you're starting a business, ask how easy is it to get into this new market and to penetrate? Because there are some markets where barrier to entry is very low, and where you find that the barrier to entry into the market is low, the market could be crowded because then everybody gets in. What would that mean for you as a business person? That maybe your profit margin will be very low because competition is stiff. You'll probably be forced to price yourself very low so that you're able to enter the market. Where you find the barrier to entry high, it means that is a very prime market. Yes, it may be high. It means also that it will take you a lot of time or a longer time to penetrate that market.
Give us an example of a market that would probably be, have high barriers that would also bring high income.
Yeah, I'm looking at where I am, the field where I am, the coaching field. The barrier to entry is it's not too high, it's not low, it's moderate. And the reason why it's moderate is because also the training is also very high. The cost of training is high.
It's high. Remind me how much you paid earlier.
Yeah.
So yours was probably more expensive.
Yeah.
I know there are more.
Yeah. There are more schools now. Yes. So probably that could have brought the price down. But it is anywhere from 200,000 upwards.
Yeah.
The highest I have had is about 800,000 for 3 months. So it's expensive.
Yes.
So that it means that not everybody would be able to get into that market. But when they get into the market, if you're able to get the right clientele, the cost, the payments are also better. You find that if you get very good clients, you're able to earn well.
Yes.
Unfortunately, because of the way our market is, people come in very quickly. So we have people who are coaches, but they are not coaches. They are coaches in quote. So those ones, they have now come to kind of disrupt the market. But it is okay. It is expected in the market. You expect all that.
Yeah.
You expect people who will come. They will cut corners. They will actually come to just disrupt the market. Yeah. But what distinguishes the person is the service, the quality that you offer. At the end, it will. Plus, the market is still huge. So coaching is one where I know the barrier to entry is a bit high, but the earnings are good.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of the high tech, the tech,
the tech industry.
Yeah, the tech industry, especially those who are coming up with
sort of
softwares. And
I had an idea for a software, and then I asked for a quote. I was given $500,000 to create the specific website that I had in mind, and I thought to myself, maybe bado.
Yeah, maybe
Let me go
yet.
back to my why again.
Yeah, so that could be limiting because not everybody will be. So that is how you look at the market. It will depend on your product. What do you have? Of course, how is it in the market? Is there a need for it? But more importantly, remember, if you're going into business, are you going to solve a problem? Because if you're not solving a problem and it's just for money, then it is definitely going to be maybe short-lived. You may not really have business for a long time.
By the end of the day, it has to be a solution. It has to be solving,
you're solving a problem.
And this one has been mentioned by every guest we've had here.
Yes.
I started this to respond to this. I saw this need and I started this to respond to that need. So that one still stands.
Exactly. Okay. And if you get to understand the problem that you're solving, remember we started by saying some people just go to business because they're passionate about what they do.
Yes.
You can actually go to business when you know you're solving a problem. Money is not going to be your first priority. But remember, at the end of the day, you need to put food on the table.
Yes.
So it must also make economic sense. So you must see how do you strike that balance. Yeah, so I know that is an issue because when I get to sit with some business owners, they just started. They didn't even think much about what they were doing. It's only later they realized, actually, this is what was happening here. Yeah, because if you ask for me why I went into a salon business, why was I going to the salon business? I had not even thought about the beauty bit. For me, I was looking at the people who work. So that is why for me, what I do today as a coach makes sense to me. Because I saw a problem in people, especially people who are working in that industry. Sometimes they don't believe in themselves. sometimes they think because of the way probably we have treated them as clients, as employers, we make them kind of lose their self-esteem.
Yes.
So I looked at it as a way of helping them know that what you're doing is important.
Yeah.
So that is empowerment.
Yes.
So that is what I do as a coach.
Yes.
And so when I started coaching, the other thing I realized, I had never thought about it, but I had not, I realized that a lot of people have fear of stepping out. See, like the way I told myself I want to step out from employment, I realized a lot of people have fear of starting something because you're not sure how it's going to be tomorrow. And that is where now I come in to help people understand everybody starts here. Even the biggest business, if you get to sit with them, they will tell you they were afraid to start, but they had an idea. Because we have people who have brilliant ideas, but they are scared to start.
Yeah. So they're just good, you tell people, but then you never do anything about them.
You don't talk.
So they, and I had someone mentioning, when you have an idea, you might probably think this is yours, but in real sense, you're a steward of an idea. I think it's the last guest we had here. So if you don't utilize this idea, it's given to the next person.
It will be taken to someone else.
It will be given to the next person and you'll see it being implemented.
Exactly.
I'm very sure very soon I'll see that website being implemented.
Of course.
Because you didn't do anything with the idea that I gave you.
Exactly. In fact, yesterday, I met a girl who is doing craft. She does crocheting, she does knitting. Beautiful dolls, beautiful toys for children. When I looked at her, I told her, do you know I had an idea of doing dolls with our fabric, with our materials. Then when I shared that idea with someone, they told me,
what is that?
now what is that you're thinking? But look where these people are. Because I kept asking myself, do we have to import these dollies that look, they are Muzungu dollies, they look so bad. Can't we just make our own dollies? So imagine someone is doing it. So that idea was just taken away from me because I didn't do anything with it. So I tell people, don't overthink.
Don't overthink.
Don't overthink.
Yeah.
As long as you know this, you have it, it's coming from within you. Don't overthink. Let's learn as we move on.
And you also figure things out as you go.
Yes, if
when we started out this podcast, I look at season 1 now. I've not even done many, but I look at season 1 and think to myself, my God, we were all learning. We were learning on the job, but at least it was happening and it was working. And you could already tell, because I mobilized within my friends, you could already tell this is a good idea because my friends are showing up. People are showing up from very far. They don't have to, but they are coming. Because we don't shoot in Nairobi, we shoot in Kajiado, Rongai, and people are showing up. So it shows people are eager to share their journey. People are eager to, to want to impact the next generation of young people. You might probably not know where to start. This is a good place for you to start.
Exactly.
So you learn on the job.
You learn on the job. You don't take too much time. In fact, many ideas have been aborted because people waited for perfection. And I really, truly thank my coach because she told me, we are not looking for perfection. We are looking for progress. As long as you start, trust me, and when you start, you will be connected with resources. One of the things I train people, because she helped me do a vision board, I help people start visualizing. Start thinking. See yourself in 5 years. Where do you see yourself? Where, for example, do you see this podcast in the next 5 years? Yeah, those kind of things, they help you. And trust me, the more, the clearer you become, the more clarity you gain, that is what will help you. It will help you connect to the resources that you require. Whether it is people, whether it is money, that will come.
So if actually writing is too hard, you can also visualize with probably cuttings, the magazines and magazines.
That's what we do. That's what we do in our vision board workshops. We help even for businesses. We do that for business owners and even for corporates. We've started getting into that space of vision board. And it was something I started thinking. In fact, I remember when I did my very first vision board workshop in 2017, everybody was like, what is that? They didn't understand what it was. And now a lot of people, I hear a lot of people talking about vision boards.
You're having vision board parties.
Exactly, vision board parties. But I tell them, it's not just about those pictures that you're plucking that are important. It's the clarity that you get before you pluck that picture to put it on the board. If you're able to get that clarity, trust me, the resources you require, they will come. Someone has said we do not lack resources. We lack, how does it go? We don't lack resources. We lack clarity. Actually, it's clarity that we lack. And trust me, resources will not come to a mind that is crowded. If you're not clear on what you want, trust me, resources will just run away. Yeah.
If your thoughts are cluttered,
if
and
they are cluttered,
you're here, you're there.
Yes, you're not sure what you
Leo
need.
umeanza mandazi, kesho kwa chapati, kesho kutwa tunakuona kwa smoky. So what do we know you for even?
Exactly. Yes, that's a very important point that you brought. What do people know you for? What would you want people to know you for? That business that you're starting, like I believe that lady who is doing the peanut, the Nutri
Yes.
peanut.
Yes.
I believe now she will brand herself to a point people will be calling that peanut lady, which is fine because that's what people are knowing her for. What is it that you want to be known for? Yes, I am starting this business. Yes, I am solving this problem. But what do I want people to know me for? When people hear the name Lucy Jenga, what do you want
them to associate with?
Yes, to associate you with.
And we have seen this among kwanza the Kikuyu people. Mwangi wa maziwa, sijui Wanjiru wa spares, and they carry that name with pride.
Yes.
They even call themselves Mwangi wa Wairia.
Mwangi wa Shumu.
So you should associate yourself with your brand very proudly.
With your brand proudly. It is true. It is true. And it's another thing that I have seen. I wanted to actually say before my thought goes, I am happy with the young people today.
Yes.
They have courage to actually step out, even when they are not quite sure. And it is okay. For us, because we lacked that courage at a very early age, it took us so long to actually step out. I have my friends who have worked for all their life. Now when they are nearing retirement age, they are wondering, now what do I do? What next? And because we were socialized to believe that you work, you retire, and you go home. So you are imagining people going home in their 50s. You are going home to do what?
So young.
That is young.
Yeah.
So why are you?
Because you're almost guaranteed to have another 50 years.
Yes.
If at least 30.
Even if it is 30, it's a lot of time.
Years.
What will you be doing now that you're home? So I am very excited by the young people with a little guidance. And that's why personally I love working with young people. Because I always say if I had that guidance when I was young, I probably would be very far. So I start working with young people from teenage, when they're in high school, just to help them also be able to make the right career choices. And some of them at that age tell you, I want to be in business. So you help them to start now thinking, what kind of business would you want to be doing? And when they understand these things that we are talking about today, that I need to do a business, not just to make money, but to make an impact. And to make an impact, I will have to be solving a problem. So helping them to start now thinking in that line. Trust me, by the time they are finishing school, they will be good. They will be good. So that is the area, the space that I want to be in myself, to help the young people understand it is okay. For us, you couldn't even tell your parents that you're leaving the government. For me, I had problems leaving the government to go and work in the private sector because they hadn't had that. My dad worked for the government until he retired. So what is this you're saying, private sector?
What is private sector?
What is private sector? Is there security? That was the word we used to be asked. So today, we don't even talk about security. Because what is that security?
If there's no guaranteed security anywhere, even in government now.
Exactly. So if people can understand early enough to start creating businesses early enough, how is it that the Mark Zuckerbergs of this world start businesses in their 20s?
18.
18. So we should encourage our young people to actually do that.
Now I have figured that I have a why of the business that I want. I have done my market research. I've even created a persona who is my client. do I need to have specific set of skills? Would that impact what I get to do?
It does, because remember I said, what are you doing? What business are you doing? Honestly, will you do a business if you have totally no skill? If you have no skill, you probably have passion. And even if it's just passion that you have, I always advise have some skills. We don't want businesses that are just here. You are happy making a few hundreds. We want businesses to grow.
That skill.
And you cannot grow without some skills. The beauty about today, again, as I said, we are in information era. There is a lot of information available. Whether you go to school or you will learn online, please learn. Learn as many skills as you can. When you're running a business, it's different because you will need to be everything when you're starting. You need to be the HR, you need to be the accountant, you need to be the office manager, you need to be the marketer, all those. You may not go to school to learn all of them, but it will be good for you to have an understanding of, if I'm going to hire someone, that is now HR, what will I be looking for this person?
What will determine that they have been successful in their role?
And how am I going to make sure that when I hire them, they will do what I am expecting them to do? How are my books being kept? I may not be an accountant, and the good thing today is that you don't really have to hire an accountant when you're small. You can outsource that service. There are people who can come and do the accounts for you, the books for you. They can do the payroll for you. If you have a few employees, you don't need to hire. So there is a lot that has happened in this space that you don't have to really go without certain services. Because bookkeeping is very important. You may not understand it now, but that is what, when you go to scale and you need to get a loan and you'll be asked for audited accounts and you're thinking, what are those? Yeah, where do I get that from? So start right. If you start right in the beginning, and it doesn't have to really cost you much. As I have said, you don't have to hire an accountant. You can outsource that service to someone so that they can keep for you the accounts and help you know how to do it well. Marketing, you can. There are some, you have to market your business. How will people know about you? So know how to market. Do you need to get that as a skill? It's upon you. There are short courses that you can learn. There are people who can just give you maybe a few hours of training per week or per month, and you get them those skills. Because I say they're important. Because if you're not able to sell your business, you're able to market your business. Even when you hire people, it may be a challenge for you.
Just get the technical know-how so that you are not even being, what is the word, scammed, for lack of a better word.
By the people that you're hiring.
And I remember there's a time Steve Harvey mentioned that he expected that his accountant was filing his returns. And for the longest time, he was just, okay, things will be okay, but they were not. So sometime later, he's approached by their KRA, IRA, their version of KRA, and he had never filed. The accountant had never filed, but because you don't know what this is,
what you need to do.
So that also applies. Okay, so don't just go and think also I'll bring a team and you don't even know what to expect of them. Okay, so that's the skill, and probably even just how to do this work better. It's not even just for the people who are coming in. Even for you to do this better, you keep upskilling. Not just one skill.
You have to keep upskilling. You need to keep upskilling yourself. You need to keep developing yourself. Actually, the word is developing yourself. When I talk to young people and they tell me they want to get into business, some of them don't want to go to school. They think I've had it. But I always tell them, look at the people who are running a lot of huge businesses. They may not have gone to school, but they learn. It's not that they stopped learning. Don't stop learning. You can stop schooling, but never stop learning. Because I think for us, we associate learning, school, everything learning. And that is the tragedy that I see in our country, where people after school, you don't want anything else. But you can never stop learning. When you stop learning, you stop growing. learning and developing yourself is extremely important. One of my coaches, he tells us that even as a manager, let's say you're employed, you're not even running your own business. If you're a manager, your level of leadership will never go beyond where you are. That's actually John Maxwell. He calls it the law of the lead. If your level of education is here, your business will never outgrow that.
Ni kama
umejifunga. So that's why learning is important. Not necessarily going back to school, because we need to distinguish those two things.
Yes.
There is the going back to school, there is the school, and there is learning.
Yes.
And today you have no excuse of not learning.
Yeah.
You can learn marketing skills online. You can learn anything that you want online. But there is also a lot of help. There are a lot of people who are now offering, whether the accounts who are offering some short courses that you can understand so that you know how to run your business properly. So there is no excuse of not learning. So keep upskilling yourself. Keep developing yourself. Keep growing yourself.
I think as a young person who is probably listening, this is a big one for you. I don't think I've heard any of our guests here mentioning the importance of learning so far. You not learning is you limiting yourself.
You're limiting yourself.
You're stunting yourself. So you're wondering why I'm not growing. It's because you're not learning. Not going to school.
Yeah,
not
learning. You're saying learning. And you learn. There are opportunities. That's where there are opportunities, and they're all over. Look at what banks do today. Banks support their business people. That's why they have those business clubs. They ensure that they are always upgrading them. Why are they doing that? They work even with the micro entrepreneurs. Those are people who are down here. But for the bank, they understand that as long as they remain there, they will not be good customers for them. Why? Because they need to upgrade them to grow so that they are growing their businesses as well.
And they are getting customers.
So that the more they grow, the more they will be able to grow their businesses. And for the bank, that means more business. So you cannot remain small. If you have that mindset, and it's actually a mindset thing, because learning is there, and especially for the young people, we have AI, we have the online platforms where you can go and learn at your own pace. Take advantage of them. When you see people saying we offer this course, take advantage. Sometimes they are free, but sometimes people don't want to. It will cost you. It has to cost you something. Either it costs you money or it costs you time. But develop yourself. Yes, there's a reason why even banks invest. They wouldn't care. Mama Boga's shilling is the same as the other person's shilling. But they know that as long as that Mama Boga remains small, they will also not grow. So they try to upscale them, give them small skills to help them also expand their business. So it is important for you as a business person to know that there is a limit, that there's a place you cannot reach if you're not growing. Yeah.
Good. Wow. I think we know our why. You're asking your why, you know your why. After your why, you've done your research. You will have to know what is in the market, what business are you going to do, why are you even doing it, who is in that business, is it profitable, does it have a high barrier to of entry, or is it a low barrier to entry? If it's low, then it means low profits. If it's high, then it means high profits. You have created your persona, who is your client, who's your customer. And even this time is when you're realizing, are you going to sell a product or a service? Depending on who you are as a person. Okay. After that, you now have your persona. You have to upskill. If you don't have a skill, get a skill. If you have a skill now and it's not enough, upskill. Usikae tu hapo ukingojea. Keep learning. So keep learning is where we are at. Now, at this time, with these 5 things that I've been able to do, can I now open my business? Can I start my business?
By the way, you started long ago.
Oh, I started already?
Yeah, you've already started. The upscaling is you are already running the business. And the challenge that we find is that some people get so comfortable because the money is coming in, so you stop learning. That is the most dangerous stage, where business is good, you're making the money, and you feel you don't need to go back, you don't need to learn anything else. That for me is where the challenge is. It's not even the starting bit. Because we said you don't overthink. So if you are to wait for all those things, you'll be overthinking. Just start, keep moving, keep learning, keep growing.
Keep making it better as you go.
Yeah. Keep improving it.
Keep improving.
Yeah. Keep improving.
Okay, now I have all this and I'm already on my business and I need to keep on learning and keep improving. I think then the next person who comes in is a person who tells us, how do we keep growing this?
Yes.
What are the nitty-gritties? Yes. Who do I need to have on my team? How do I even make a team? And what encourages me to bring a person on board, because then the team determines if you also grow. If you have a team, when you tuseme umefungua saloon unakuibia, it I grow.
Exactly.
Yes,
because sometimes we get the team, but we also don't grow them.
Yes.
We don't develop them. So we are expecting they are okay. They will be fine. So it doesn't end with you growing. Yes. You have to grow your team. In fact, my slogan, when I'm selling my sales programs, I say you have to grow your people to grow your business. If you're not growing your people, they'll get to a point where even you kind of stagnate growing, because it's the same principle.
Yes.
If you're not growing, then you're not growing your business. If you're not growing your people, they're not growing. They're not growing their business, the business. So you need to also think, how do I grow my people? How do I move them from here to the next level? Because there's a level they will not take you. Yeah. So there's a level that even that team may not take you. That's where you see in organizations sometimes they hire from without. They get someone who is completely new to come and inject a new breed of ideas. Yeah, because sometimes whatever has been there, people see things in one way, but you bring someone different, they see things in a different perspective, and that could help you grow. Yeah. So there are a lot of dynamics there. Yeah.
Wow, I love that. If you are a 20-year-old now and you're starting out and probably you're not even working, you've decided to go into business, what are those things that you would tell yourself now that you have learned along the way that you didn't know then?
First, and that's a very good thing, that's the reflecting that I was talking about. One, I would remove the fear, because that at 20-year-old, I had the fear. Suppose it doesn't work, suppose it, I didn't even, let me be honest, I didn't even think business at that time. But today, I would tell myself, don't fear. I would be very keen on what is it that I want to do and be courageous. But most importantly, I would look for a mentor. I would look for somebody in the area where I want to go to learn from them. We sometimes think that people will steal your idea when you share your idea with them. But if you get a good mentor or a coach, they will help you. In fact, today I tell young people, please get someone who can help you get from where you want to go to where you want to. There is a place you will never go alone. I think that proverb has been given to Chinese, to Africans. If you want to go far, go with someone. If you want to go fast, then go alone. So if we want to go far, we must work with other people. So I would tell myself, I must look for someone who will help me move from where I am to where I want to go. Because yes, I may know a few things, but I don't know everything. And that is where now a mentor or a coach comes in. So I would tell my 20-year-old not to be afraid. I would not be afraid to step out, to start something, but I would also be very keen to get help, support. Make sure that you're not walking alone. And when I talk about support, it's in every area. Sometimes you may need just support from your family, maybe from some friends whom you trust, or maybe that mentor or a coach, but don't walk alone.
one thing that I find that young people struggle with, and I can even tell when I'm doing, because I'm doing my everything now. I am everything at this point when it comes to social media. At least I have the team that help with the editing and all that. But the social media and the marketing and the branding, I do that on my own. And I can see young people asking when I post something, can this person mentor me? How do you identify a good mentor for you? Is it someone who's doing the same things you're doing? Or is it someone who, as long as they've been in business, maybe they are in business of gas and you are in the business of food or fitness? Is it just anyone, as long as they have something that you want to learn from? And how do you even take advantage fully of a mentorship relationship?
Yeah, great forte. Because ideally a mentor should be someone in your field.
Okay.
Because a mentor comes to help you navigate a journey they have already taken.
Okay.
It's completely different from a coach. A coach doesn't have to. I do not have to know what business you do for me to coach you. Because I coach with questions.
Yes.
But when I'm a mentor, I'm actually guiding you. It's like your guide. So if I'm going into, let's say, salon business, I should have looked for a mentor in that field because they would be able to tell me these are the challenges in this field, these are the portals, these are the easy way out, this is where you source your things. They will be able to help me practically. It doesn't mean that a mentor can't. A very successful business person will probably give you tips, not necessarily for your particular area, but they will give you business tips that are common across the board because that happens. So both will work. But I believe when you're starting, it is good to be held a hand by someone who has walked that journey. Then they'll be able to help you understand. The relationship works both ways. For you as the mentee, you have to really want to be mentored. And it is upon you. If you're being mentored by someone who is busy, it is upon you to keep the part of your bargain. Because they are doing it and sometimes they are not even asking you for anything. It's their time. So for that
and their knowledge and their network.
Exactly. For that relationship to succeed, you need to honor their time as well. I was mentoring a group. I think that lady is a HR professional. So she started mentoring university students when they graduate and just get mentors. So we come in as just volunteer mentors for them. So, and one of the things they are told, it's not that these people have nothing to do. They are giving their time for free to come and just help you navigate one or two things. So the mentee has to be very serious about the relationship. When you agree that you're meeting at this time, please show up and show up in time. Respect the other person's time.
Yes.
Yeah, because people are willing to mentor, but there are people who are jokers. You have a relationship, a mentorship relationship, but someone doesn't show up and they don't even tell you they are not showing up. So that has made a lot of people shy away from actually volunteering to mentor because you don't want your time wasted. You can imagine if I told you I will come at 1 o'clock and I don't show up.
Yeah.
And you showed up.
Yeah.
You stopped doing whatever you were doing.
Yeah.
Showed up.
Yeah.
And then I don't come. It's not good.
Yeah.
So that has made people feel, do I really need to mentor? In fact, I remember meeting a business person and he told us that he charges a small fee for mentorship. Not because he wants to charge. He honestly doesn't even need that money. But he said it is a way of showing commitment. Yeah, when people pay, when people give something, remove money from their pocket and pay, they're likely to be more serious. Yeah.
Okay.
But working with a mentor is very, very important. Yeah. And there is nobody who is devoid of mentorship. The other day I put just a quote. It's not really a quote. It's something I heard from a coach. And he said that the people who need coaching the most seek coaching the least.
Yes.
But the people who do not need coaching, they're the ones who seek coaching. And it is true. The most successful people have coaches, they have mentors. But for us who are still struggling, sometimes we don't think we need them. Yeah, which is sad.
Which is sad.
Yeah, it's sad.
Is it because we think coaching is expensive, or indeed it's expensive?
I think it's a mindset. When I look at it, I think it's a mindset. And again, the way we were socialized, as I said, this is something that is not part of who we grew up being. Remember, you said rightfully, we grew up not asking questions and not really wanting to be asked questions.
Yes.
So I guess that is the situation we find ourselves in. But I don't expect to see that a lot with the young people. And actually, a lot of young people are seeking the services more than the older generation, which is a good thing. Because they have read, they have Googled those people. They are living in the era when information is available. So they are able to read, they are able to check out maybe the people they look up to, and they see how they have journeyed, and that is helping. They also know, for me to succeed to this level, I can't walk alone. You need somebody. You need a mentor, you need a coach, or you need maybe just a community that will help you. Yeah.
So that you're not walking alone.
You're not walking alone.
Wow. Awesome. I love this so much. And I know our listener will probably be looking at this and thinking to themselves, is this something I need? Is this something that matters even to me? Is there a point where you know you're ready for a coach?
Apparently, I always say everybody needs a coach. You may not be ready per se, because even for me, when you come to me, I need to find out. There are times I tell you, maybe not now.
Okay.
Yeah, you may not be ready, but everybody needs a coach at some point in their life. For us to actually move to the next level, you need a coach. You need a mentor. That is extremely important. So that people are not feeling, and I want to demystify the costs, because cost is relative. Cost is relative. We have services. For example, you may find a group class, and that is a lot more affordable. When it becomes more expensive is now when it becomes one-to-one. Because of the time involved, it becomes a little, but it's not too much. And especially for someone who is in business, it's probably part of what one needs to be. When you're planning for your personal development, that's part of what you need to be planning for. It doesn't happen. When I talk to business owners, and I'm talking about business owners, not people who are starting, a lot of them, they don't have that in their plan. That's why I said it's the way maybe we've been cultured, we've been socialized. We didn't think it was important, but it is extremely important. The younger people, millennials, Gen Zs, I find them more open to that. Because, of course, the space where we are in today, that is what we are talking about.
I love that. Awesome. So if you have never had a coach, probably this is the time to think. And I'm also telling myself, I've not had a coach. I've had mentors. I've had a support system, but I don't think I've not had a coach. I've even been trained at some point to be a life coach, but then it was the sitting down and in an office space, and it really shocked me.
I know.
I was like, no, I know this is not for me. Even if I'm helping people, I think I can help in other ways. And it is not this one. It's not sitting here. I feel myself drowning or getting into an abyss I'm not able to get myself out of. So do consider having a coach as a young person. I think it's a timely advice that you probably won't get all the time. And maybe even your money, the one that you have set aside, you can give like a quarter of your money, the money that you've been asking me online, what do I do? I have this money, what do I do? Probably the first step is having a coach. So then you're not talking about, I have money and I'm not doing a business.
Exactly.
So the issue is not resources. The issue is the clarity, the way you mentioned. The clarity. It's not cost, it's clarity. So who can help you get this clarity? You only work with what you know.
Exactly.
your ceiling has been set by what you know. So for you to remove these ceilings that you can progress and grow, you need clarity, and that clarity you might not get alone. Get it from a coach, get it from a mentor, get it from someone who has already done this. As we wind up, anything you want to tell the young person that could help them now start this business if they've not already started, but if they've started, what is it that will help them keep going?
One of the things that I would want to say is that, and you alluded to it, we alluded to it as we were talking, awareness, self-awareness. We didn't use the word self-awareness, but that is all we are trying to say. When you're saying understand yourself, understand who you are. Don't just start a business because other people have started the business or they are in the business or you think there is money in that business. There's a lot because that business will be demanding of you. So you need to have awareness of yourself, who you are. And sometimes that may not come in very easy. It's not something that comes naturally, because you could be finding yourself, yes, I have this money. This is what I feel I need to go. But you need to ask those questions that we have talked about. And if you feel you are not yet there, it is important to seek the support of a mentor or a coach, because then they will help you get that clarity. Gaining the clarity is helpful. It will help you and it will ensure that you're actually getting into that business for the right reason, not for the wrong reasons, not for just the money. There are a lot of other questions that you need to ask yourself for. But having said that, I still encourage, if you feel strongly that you're cut for business, don't fear. Just get into it. Don't wait to have the full picture, because you may not have the full picture. Just start and perfect it as you move along, with the support, of course, of the people around you. Yeah.
It's so interesting that you have mentioned exactly what every other guest here has mentioned. Just start. If you needed maybe anyone else to say this, you've had from Alice, who has been doing this for some time, who has perfected the art of doing business, of finding themselves, of being a coach even, and they're saying just start. I don't know who else you want to come and tell you to just start. Just start where you are with what you have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With what you have. And just move. Yeah. But be very clear. What do I want? Where do I want to go? Yeah.
And how can they find you?
I'm actually on socials. You can get me on LinkedIn, Alice Ngigi. You can get me on Facebook. I am on Instagram. I'm there as Alisa Coaching. That is my company. Alisa Coaching. Alisa is ALYCER. It's actually Alice with a Y and R at the end. Just in case you forget, it's Alice with a Y.
Awesome. A number they can call?
Yeah, they can call 0721 412 264. That's my line. Or they can use the office line, 0799 400 599. 0799 400 599.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Alice, for being here.
And you can check me, you can follow me. I have 2 books.
Yes.
Yes, I have one on vision boards and I have one designed for success. Maybe before you start that business, you should pick that book and see, am I designed for this one? Because when you get that connection, there's no reason why you won't be successful. The Bible says, find a man skilled in his craft. He will stand before kings. Your craft will take you before kings.
Your craft will take you before kings.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much, Alice, for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And sharing all these wonderful things that you've been able to do. I find that every time I sit down with someone, I get to know them more. And we didn't do this early enough, but I wish we did. Then people would know that we have Nairobi Summer Festival.
Yes,
that's how we've had, we've met. We are part of Aspire network of self-published authors. And yeah, so if you would also want to join that, you're welcome to reach out to me or reach out to Alice, and you can be part of this. If you're thinking of probably writing a book, maybe this is also one avenue, or finding a mentor to walk you through writing a book. We have a story to tell. and you have knowledge that needs to be told. We might think, oh, says in AI, people don't need to, or don't read, or I don't know what. People read books, and people need you to be part of that knowledge. So if that's something you'd want to be part of, be part of. And maybe you might not join Nairobi Summer Festival for this year, but next year it's an annual event that you can join. Please do reach out and find them on socials. They're on social Nairobi Summer Festival that you can be part of. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you also, my listener, for watching, for being here, for finding value in what we do. Please do leave me a comment. I read all comments. I enjoy when I get to interact with the listener, for me to understand what it is you want to see. Let me know what it is you want to hear on this platform. What are those pain points that probably we've not addressed? Who do you also think should be here and we've not brought here? What is that story from someone you'd want to hear? Their story or their journey of entrepreneurship that you'd want to hear and we've not brought that person here. Let me know and we can figure out how to get them here. Thank you for being here. Please remember to subscribe, to like, and share this with someone who you know needs this now. Otherwise, see you until next time. See you on the next one. Your bold path starts now.